Hi, I'm Coach John, and today I'm going to share a three-step process for addressing and dealing with irrational people. I'm not talking about the mentally ill, but there is or are always some people on your team or around you that you deal with frequently that look through life with a different lens. Hey, maybe you're one of them. Leaders are subject to two consistent challenges every day. The most frequent challenge is how to effectively use your time, and you make decisions on that all day long. The second, less frequent, but generally far more complex challenge is people. In fact, there's a great many people that avoid leadership roles altogether simply because they struggle or they have not learned to address and manage the people component confidently. Introverts in particular have this challenge. So here's an example. Some people irrationally assume that they are failures if they are not loved by everyone they know. Everyone. And they constantly seek approval and they repeatedly feel rejected. All their interactions are affected by this assumption. So the great party can leave them unhappy, dissatisfied, depressed because they don't get enough compliments. Really? Is this how you should live life? Of course not. But this is reality for some people. I don't judge, but as a coach, I look to uncover irrational thought processes to help my clients engage in newer, more effective thought processes. I mean, if you hire me to double your business and then you don't do the work necessary, well, that's irrational. Why invest the money and then not do the work? Chances are there's some irrational thinking holding you back. Albert Ellis, a noted psychologist from the late 50s and early 60s, proposed that each of us holds a unique set of assumptions about ourselves and our world that serve to guide us through life and determine our reactions to the various situations we encounter. And that unique set of assumptions might be irrational or partially irrational. According to Ellis, he's the founder of Rational Emotive Behavior Therapy, there are 6 common irrational assumptions. So one is that there's an idea that one should be thoroughly competent at everything. And another is the idea that it's catastrophic when things are not the way that you want them to be. The third one is the idea that people have no control over their happiness. Or maybe that there's an idea that you need someone stronger than yourself to be dependent upon. Or the idea that your past history greatly influences your present life. Or the idea that there is a perfect solution to human problems, and it's a disaster if you don't find it. Can you relate? Do you know anyone else that can relate? I certainly do. All right then, here's the 3-step model that Albert invented for addressing irrational behavior. It's called the ABC technique of irrational beliefs. We'll call it ABC for short. And the first 3 steps analyze the process of how a person has developed irrational beliefs. And this process is recorded in a 3-column table. Column A is the activating event. That's the event that ultimately leads to some type of high emotional response or negative dysfunctional thinking. Column B is beliefs. The client writes down the negative thoughts that occur to them from the activating event. This is where the magic happens. Column C is for consequence. The third column is for negative feelings and dysfunctional behaviors that ensued. The negative thoughts of the second column are the connecting bridge between the situation, the event, and the feelings. The third column is next explained by describing emotions or negative thoughts that the client thinks are caused by A, the activating event. And that could be anger or sorrow or anxiety. Now, what we typically see and experience are the event and the feelings. We don't see the thoughts. And this is where the magic happens. Everything begins with thought. When you adjust the thoughts, you adjust the feelings. Now, here's an example you can relate to. Gina is upset because she got low marks on her performance review. And we all have to do these. The activating event A is that she received poor marks. The belief B is that she must have good marks or she is worthless. And the consequence C is that Gina feels depressed. Now, after irrational beliefs have been identified, the concept is to challenge the negative thoughts, column B, by reframing, meaning to reinterpret it in a more realistic light. And this helps the client to develop more rational beliefs and healthy coping strategies. The leader would help Gina realize that there is no evidence that she must have good marks to be worthwhile, or that getting bad marks is awful. She desires good marks, and it would be good to have them, but it hardly makes her worthless. If she realizes that getting bad marks is disappointing, but not awful, and that it means she's currently bad at typing or writing or whatever, but not as a person, she will feel sad or frustrated, but she won't be depressed. And the sadness and the frustration, those are likely healthy negative emotions that may lead her to work harder from then on. The ABC method is a simple process for shifting the conversation, from moving off of stuck and into a new path for action, because nothing happens without action. While some people are more rational than others, we are, all of us, irrational at times. And we can all benefit from the 3 steps that Albert Ellis identified. So please scroll down and leave a comment. Was this video interesting or helpful? Or just say hi and let me know that you were here. Cheers to your success. P.S. There may still be some space in the free 1-day Business Blueprint version 2.0 event at my office on April 12th. It's a day full of breakthroughs. Click on the link in the text if you want to check it out.